Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special segment of the SWW show. I'm here with Jonas Holgersson, maker of Space Scavenger, a pretty fun game that's launching this week. So check it out in early access on Steam. Yeah, Jonas, this is Space Scavengers.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks for having me on. Yeah, it's releasing pretty soon now. It's crazy. We've been working on this for a long time, so pretty excited. Yeah.
Yeah, on the one of the posts on like it's been a long 4 years, and I'm like,
yeah. We started. I mean, the first year was really rough. We started learning Unity. So first year we didn't do that much progress. We sort of figured out a little bit about what the game should be, and since then we've sort of started getting some momentum, and actually figuring out what we want the game to be. And in some ways, I guess the game is telling us what it wants to be as well. So we had some ideas in the beginning that didn't pan out and just steered in another direction. And it has been a hobby project as well, so that's why it's taking so long.
Yeah, well, it's coming out.
Yeah, we finally made it.
So, for people that don't know what Space Scavenger is, I want to hear it from your point of view, because I have an idea, and I want to see if it.
Yeah, I guess to do the quick pitch is like a roguelike spaceship built with like let's start over. It's a streamlined roguelike with on-the-fly spaceship building is what I would say. We have several versions of this like pitch or whatever you want to call it, but yeah, it's like you fly around in your little starting capsule. You start with a really small ship, and so you explore planets and battle enemies, and they drop modules, and you find modules on planets, and that's how you expand your ship. So you get bigger and get weapons and shields and solar panels and all that, so to make sure that your ship can survive for as long as possible.
So my idea that I was going to say for this was, this is like Geometry Wars, but modernized.
Yeah, it's funny. I hear like new comparisons of different games all the time. We've heard, Geometry Wars. I think I've heard before. Yeah, definitely. It's like a twin stick shooter at its core, I guess. I've also heard some people compared it to, I think, was some Kingdom Hearts game or something where you could build a ship. I can't remember.
Your guess is as good as mine. I've never played a Kingdom Hearts games.
Okay. I might be mixing that up. Also, I guess Nimbatus released pretty recently. That's also a ship building game, but they are way more complex in their building. And Captain Forever Remix, I've heard a few times. That's there's several similarities there with the grid-based building, but also I feel like we do a different style of gameplay. So I would hesitate to compare them, even though I get the similarities.
Yeah, this is like, at least for me when I was playing through it, it's like, okay, there's some modules that you'll get and you're like, okay, do I want to recycle this? Or, which for me, I was like, absolutely, I'm just gonna, anything that I already have, I'm just gonna recycle bonuses. But then it was also the mindset of, okay, I've got a saw. Do I want to equip the saw just in case things get close?
Yep.
I have like a close thing. And then it became trial and error of, okay, saw compared to the gas field.
Yeah.
And so going back and forth to that, and I was like, there's a little more to this than I thought.
Yeah, it's funny to see. Also, we've had a couple of YouTubers play the game and some playtesters before that, everyone seems to find a favorite pretty quickly, but they're all different. It's not like everyone loves the shotgun or whatever. It's very interesting to see how they sort of. We had one YouTuber who got the stink, like the gas thing you mentioned, the stinker, and he didn't like it at first. He was like, "This is useless. I need to play really weirdly." And then the next run, he got 2 of them and was kind of forced to use them. And after a while, he was like, "Yeah, okay, I get this. This is actually pretty good. This is actually pretty nice. You just have to do it like this." So there is a learning curve, even though it's pretty simple from the beginning. You just drag and drop your parts onto your ship quickly and go. But yeah, there's definitely more depth to it than I think is initially visible. Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just a byproduct of using Unity and maybe a property in there, but I noticed if you have multiple engines and they're asymmetrical, so like there's one in the middle, but then there's one on the left, but not one on the right. You guys put that in so that it creates that?
Yeah, we've definitely had to. There's some cheating going on in there. It's not entirely like physically correct because that didn't really feel that nice to control. So there's quite a lot of like tweaking going on behind the scenes there to make sure it sort of it still works and it's fun to fly, even though you can feel the difference of putting an engine on the right side or the left side, so you can feel the acceleration. But it's not like we're not a Kerbal Space Program or physics simulation game here. We're just kind of a quirky shipbuilding game. So we tried to keep the sort of pretty. It's quite generous in how it handles. But if you really want to get into the details, yeah, there's some subtleties on how the ship controls, but it's not overly complex.
It was nice to see. There's a lot of games out there that have sort of, oh, you can acquire multiple engines, and then the vast majority of them are you just add them, and it either adds speed or it adds acceleration, and it doesn't affect physical, I guess, handling, right word,
Yeah.
of whatever the object is.
Mm-hmm.
You guys seem to, and plus you're in space, like physics don't react the same way in space. So.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're definitely cheating, like I said, but I think we got a good balance between making it feel important where you put your engines and not being punished for just like putting it somewhere. It still works. So that's sort of was the main goal of those. We've also, yeah, that's one of the things that didn't really work out in the beginning that I mentioned. Like we wanted to have it more physically correct. At least I did in the beginning. Like really vacuum space flying with no drag, and you had to rotate your ship with specific buttons and keys and all the, like if you put your engine super far out, you got amazing torque and all that. But we toned that down quite a lot, so it's not as punishing if you build your ship poorly.
I mean, even like you mentioned Kerbal, even that is probably the closest thing out there right now in terms of actual spaceflight.
Yeah.
They kind of fudge the numbers and let you.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like, there's some stuff that you can make that it shouldn't fly.
Yeah.
But you're exploiting the physics system so much that it does fly.
Yeah, I haven't played it that much or at all myself, but I've watched quite a lot of it. So yeah, it looks like a game I would enjoy, but I haven't had time to sort of get into it yet.
It's a game that you need. Let's see, still got it installed. Oh, on my current Steam I've only have 40 hours. I think before that I had like 300 into.
Yeah. Yeah, you can go pretty deep in that. As far as I've understood.
Yeah, that was out when I was in college, so that was okay. I'm not really paying attention to the lecture right now
Yeah.
because we're doing nothing. Let me see if I can fly into space real quick. Yeah, your
Yeah.
guys' game is certainly fun, and it does have that fun progression system of you get something and oh, I already have one of these, and I don't have no need second. So you either
Yeah.
have two storage slots and kind of stash it away, thinking like, oh, I might get back to that, or you
Yeah.
can recycle them. And I thought that was really cool, like recycling side of it, because at first it's not 100% clear, which I think is a good thing, why you should cycle, just an
Yeah.
option. And you're like, I tried it, and I'm like, well, I have no need for another stinker, so let me just do
Yeah.
this. I may as well.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the things that adds a bit more depth to it as well. So you can choose more what you want your ship to look like, even though we do have the procedural generation, so everyone will be different and will get different weapons, and so you will have to adapt. But like you said, if you don't, after a while, when you sort of get used to it and you sort of figure out what weapons works for you and which ones don't. So if you have a sword and you also get a hammer or whatever, they're similar range, similar positioning on the ship, just slight differences in how they work. Then you could kind of figure out which one you want, or store it if you find another hammer or another sword and make your decision based on what's coming up later. So there's definitely that type of depth after you get into it, and so you get used to all the modules. And in the beginning, the response we've seen so far from YouTubers and playtesters is so positive. It's really insane for us. People seem to really enjoy the sort of randomness and the quirkiness of all the modules, and it's been really, really good response for us.
Yeah, and to top it all off, the game just looks amazing. Your art style is
Thank you,
it
thank you.
seems simple, but you guys nail it. Like,
That's super nice. Very, very nice to hear. None of us are really artists. We sort of learned by doing
well, you
these.
fooled me, so
That's one of the reason it took so long, I guess. That's super duper nice to hear. We've heard plenty of people say it again, so that's one of the things that we were worried about. I remember, especially a few months ago or like half a year ago. But it's sort of just melted away now. People seem to really enjoy it. So yeah, that's very, very nice to hear.
yeah, I mean, yes, you guys are going into early access, but this is a game that, at least from what I've played and what I've seen, this is a game that could be released.
Yeah, I think we've discussed a lot about if we should go full release or early access. The way we're motivating it right now is that we are only a two-man team doing this in our spare time. So we have had friends and some fans on our Discord server play the game early and making sure to find bugs and find tweaks that they want and give suggestions. But we really want to hear from like actual players, a lot of them, to see what they want added. We want to add more modules. We want to add possibly more game modes. Depending on the response we get here from the early access, it's going to inform what types of changes we do, what people want. Do they want more modules? Do they want more levels? Do they want another game mode? Like, we've had some suggestions already from the people who have been playing, but the point about the early access now is to just gather feedback for what do you guys want to see. It's that simple. We feel like the game is pretty much done in terms of the main game mode. with the procedural generation and all that, it works. The length we feel is pretty good. The variation, we obviously want to add more. Me and Jacob, who's been working on this, are pretty tired of the modules by now, even though we have a lot of them. We're super excited to add more, to just keep adding variation and different play styles that could work. More enemies probably as well, to make that type of variation as well. So yeah, the reasoning behind the early access is simply gather feedback and then make sure to do a good, bug-free, proper launch later in the fall, hopefully.
The past few done with people that are going into early access, they're like, yeah, we want to go bug-free as a release. I'm like, that's amazing. That's great that you guys are thinking about that. Like, as long as you can do that, you've already got a leg up on countless major studios that release done games that.
Yeah. I mean, it's. I don't think we even have that many bugs right now. On our list is pretty short. There's small visual bugs that we are aware of. We don't have anything that we know is like crashing or anything. So it feels stable for us. We've fixed a couple from that we had never seen before that some of our playtesters had. So we want to make sure that it actually works on a bigger scale on all different types of computers, on Mac, on PC, everything that we are trying to support. So it's gonna be hopefully it's stable, but if it isn't, at least we're sort of marked it as early access to make sure that people understand that this is work in progress. We're still gonna post updates. We're not gonna just release and abandon it. It's a work in progress still.
Well, I'm looking forward to that day, hopefully soon.
Yes.
Where 1.0 is. I guess 1 point. I don't care what the number is after that. Once we hit the 1.
Yeah.
Did you guys hit 1? I'm looking forward to it. I think everybody should. Looking forward.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. So far, like I said, feedback has been great. We just need to make sure that people see it on Steam, basically. So that's what we're trying to do.
It doesn't need much more praise than I think. We'll quickly playing it, figure out that like I said, this game's a blast.
Thank you. I really hope people agree. It seems like they do so far. Yeah, I really hope this works out.
Well, Jonas, it was talking to you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
It's been great.
Space Scavenger. Access and get out.
This podcast was a production of the SWW Show. To learn more, go to theswwshow.com. Remember, you can follow the show on Twitter at the SWW Show. You can follow me at Mikey_Maroney. You can follow AJ at LowSeatBoy. Remember, new episodes premiere on Friday, 9 a.m. Central Time on anchor.fm/SWW and podcast services around the globe.